Alright, so this will be a little different format. This video, I got the Turk Builder from Coach Greg. I'm an affiliate. You can use code LURUNS to get 15% off Turk Builder or any of the other HTLT supplements. I got the Turk Builder Max because I'm bulking, I'm gaining muscle, and you're like, Lucas, why the f does the video sound like this? Your audio's not matched up, and it's because I recorded the first 4 clips of this video before checking to see if my mic volume was up, and it was not. And being that this is a scientific test, I wanted to test the Turk Builder to see if it actually helps build muscle. I'm testing it on myself as I'm pushing it to you guys. You know, you can use my code for 15% off, as I mentioned. You know, I want to be authentic. I want to use it myself, so I'm testing it on myself. So I wanted to show you guys these first few clips, even though you can't hear what I'm saying and I have to redo a voiceover like a jackass, because you're going to be able to see what I look like after the workout. I did do a bit of a flex off, if that matters to anyone, and I just, you know, I didn't want to, I can't fake it and go take like my, you know, doses 4, I've taken it 3 times at this point. I can't take dose 4 through 10 or whatever and be like, hey, yeah, I'm taking Turk Builder for the first time. That wouldn't work. But basically, I was just saying, I'm going to see how it feels after the gym, and here's what I look like after my first workout with it, which I did, and I did not, whatchamacallit, yeah, so that's basically 100% what I actually look like. And yeah, so clearly I got really big after just the first dose. I'm just kidding. But I look like this, all right? And yeah, I felt it almost immediately. I didn't take caffeine before the gym. I saved the coffee for after, so I wouldn't, you know, maybe mix up a caffeine rush with the Turk. But the Turk did have me feeling more energized, and I took 1 capsule the first dose. The box says take 1 to 3 before training days, but, you know, take 1 dose to see where your tolerance is. So I just took 1, and immediately I felt it at the gym. I was very nervous, very excited, and I didn't sleep that well the night before this lift, but I was still able to push some pretty heavy weights. Rep-wise, you know, I do everything about 12 reps, 4 sets of everything. I didn't hit 12 reps on everything, but I still felt pretty strong. I had that feeling, you know, when you're pushing the bench press, and you're like, damn, that's getting heavy. This might be my last rep or second to last. I felt that, and I kept going. I did like 2 or 3 more, so that's pretty good. Like I said, I was using heavy weights on everything, and I show you the workout meal, you know, some ramen, protein, pancakes. Yeah, I don't know what else I could have possibly said at this point. You know me, I'm a yapper, but I'm going to move on here to the next day.
2 days later.
Try to remember what the fuck I was saying that day. Damn, what a train wreck, huh? Like the video, comment, let me know if you hate this format, or if you think it's still watchable. I don't even know if I'm going to post this, but yeah, here I am on day 2, and on day 2 yet again, I believe I took another single Turkesterone capsule, the Turkesterone containing the Ajuga turkestanica plant magical nutrients, only grown in Uzbekistan. Coach Greg Doucette flies from Canada, goes to Uzbekistan, runs around the desert, and harvests it himself, or something like that, so I'm told. And he is able to bring it back to the United States. He smuggles it over the border just for people like you and me. If you're also trying to build muscle and you lift weights actively in the gym all the time, you want to make it a little easier, get some more muscle, you want to stay natural, this is a great supplement for you to take. You can go to htltsubs.com if you want to buy it right now, and you can use code LURUNS for 15% off. And here I go again, yapping before the second workout. It looks like I'm only taking 1. I'm ready to go there. There it is. Oh, down the hatch. Okay. So pretty soon here, we're going to move on to workout number 2. All right, so there I am after the second workout, taking 1 Turkesterone before. Here's the pump. I remember feeling pretty good this day. It was easier than the first time because I had better sleep. Okay, I was quite nervous. Once again, very excited in the gym. Had a lot of strength, a lot of energy. Added grip strength, too. That was a very noticeable benefit. Both of these workouts, even the first one where I kind of slept like shit before, I could hang on the pull-up bar longer. If the days I was doing pull-ups, I did more pull-ups than last time. Or I definitely didn't have to stop hanging doing knee raises for abs. That was easy. I wasn't letting go of any barbells. Let's just say that, okay? Much better grip strength. And just kind of overall strength, I'd say, was increased, you know, to a noticeable but slight degree, you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying I was excited, but it wasn't like any kind of, I didn't feel like I just drank like 2 extra coffees or anything, you know. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a stimulant, but maybe to the smallest degree, just overall more excited, more hyped up. And yeah, let's just move on here. Alright, so here I am after the third dose of Turkesterone, the third workout, except this time I took 2 tablets. And this was slightly different. I felt like I had more strength. Again, I feel like I got some subpar sleep before this day. So this wasn't the best of all the workouts, but still pretty successful overall. Still lifting pretty heavy, mostly hitting about 10 reps on everything. In the worst case, maybe like 8 or 9, but didn't have to drop weight considerably at all, as far as I remember. Felt pretty good, but I remember being a little more gassed. And again, I just switched to the Coach Greg method where I'm jumping from one machine to the other. Before, I would just knock out every muscle group at once, take 2 minutes rest in between sets. Now I'm doing one set on one machine and jumping right to the next one and trying to keep it going as continuously as possible, trying to improve my cardio. So maybe I'm not used to that, and that's why I was a little out of breath. Or maybe 2 tablets is about my threshold, maybe approaching the law of diminishing returns. But overall, this workout was still pretty good, and that's about all I recall. I just want to say I did not drink a coffee this day either before the workout, and that's a variable that's going to change before the next one, which we're going to get to right now. Actually, first we're going to show you the pump real quick before the next workout. Here are my arms, and here is the rest of my body. If this was repetitive, doing a pump check after every workout, let me know, and I'll never do it again, because I don't even like doing this shit. I feel like I'm very vain for someone with such a medium-sized body. Anyway, alright, I got the volume on this time. I believe we're going to workout number 4 with the Turkesterone in about an hour. Check the load. I got the ramen going right now to fuel up before I go. I got a coffee. I'm going to drink the coffee before the workout this time, as well as take 1 Turkesterone. I said I'm going to take 2. I'm going to take 1 and the coffee, see how that goes. Make sure it's not, too much superpowers down the hatch. And then next time, if that goes well or if it just doesn't go poorly, I will take 2 Turk pills and a coffee before the workout, okay? So I'll check back in a little while when I come back from the gym and let you know how that went. I'm like 2 exercises away from finishing the workout, and I noticed that I was kind of getting sick yesterday, still feeling kind of like I have a cold or something like that, but I'm super amped up, feeling pretty good, like as far as energy. My heart rate's going, but it's almost maybe like too fast. Remember, I had a coffee and the 1 Turkesterone tablet. Might be almost too much. Might be too much. Like I said, I'm almost done with the workout. Haven't been dropping weights. No PRs weight-wise, but rep-wise, I've been able to do all the reps. I'm just taking my 3rd breather here, so I thought I'd update y'all. Only bad side, I'm feeling kind of nauseous, and my heart's beating so fast, it's distracting. I like raising my heart rate, moving at super speed, but this might be too fast. And I'm pretty sensitive to caffeine, so I haven't felt it this much in the past workouts where I didn't drink the coffee, so the combo might be too much. The Turk combo might be too much. Or maybe a little, almost too much. Like I said, the workout's gone by pretty good. Almost done. So, just want to let y'all know, it's kind of overwhelming. But I like it. Does that mean it's too good? Buy it yourself now. Try for yourself. Code LURUNS for 15% off. Alright, so I'm back from the gym. Feeling way better now. Almost immediately, a few minutes after I recorded that last clip, finished the workout, jumped in the pool, banged out the 30 minutes of swimming, breaststroke, easy. That's breaststroke with my head out of the water the whole time. I broke my goggles. I got to get some new ones, but I don't have to fix my hair that way. I get a little less chlorine exposure, which is healthier than dunking your whole head. But anyway, if you're sick and maybe you get a little too turked out in the gym, mixed with the coffee before, I don't know if necessarily, we don't have enough evidence to say that was too much Turk, right? Because I've taken a higher dose. Maybe just the Turk with the coffee is pushing it if you're a sensitive individual to stimulants.
or I got to do more science, do more research on that to figure out the exact science. But that's why I'm making this video. This is like my introduction, and by my I mean my body's introduction to the turkesterone, which overall I like very much. Once I started swimming and I kind of chilled out a little bit, something about pulling and pushing heavy weights, while you also got the caffeine ramping you up, makes my heart was really jumping out of my chest. And I think there's a stimulants are great. Anytime you get your heart bumping super fast, it's sick, but then it's like a law of diminishing returns. Once you hit a certain threshold, if you've ever when you were younger, you take a bunch of caffeine pills to see how fast you can go. You probably know what I'm talking about. You're going too fast, you feel your heart pumping out of your chest, and you start worrying about heart attacks and stuff like that. That's when you know you are above the line of diminishing returns. And maybe I'll make a video about this later, but don't take too many stimulants is what you should take from that right now. Okay. Recently I was drinking 2 coffees a day, black Cuban coffee, black coffee, nibba coffee, and now I'm drinking 1 because that's just too much. I'm sensitive to caffeine. I like going fast. I could do it, but especially now I'm taking turkesterone. It's sort of feeling like a stimulant. I'm not gonna lie. Like I mean, it's like, why else would the weights seem lighter? Why would you see? I mean, I feel like I have like more strength, and like I mentioned in a couple of these clips, like today I went in kind of sick, kind of ill. Maybe my body, usually when I get a little sick, even with a cold, my body's a bit, you're under the weather, you're a little weaker than normal. And usually when I go lift and I'm sick, it's not as easy as a normal. But like I mentioned, workout was pretty easy overall. Like it was not easy, but like I was able to push through the hard parts no problem, and I got that weight up. All right, and I feel like I got considerable amount of gains once again on the turkesterone. Yeah, hopefully in a couple days when I go to the gym again, I'm gonna be over this cold almost certainly, and I should wake up 100%. And if that's the case, I'll take 2 turkesterones and maybe like a small cup of coffee. Huh? Yeah, and then here's what the pump looks like, if you want to see. All right, and this, I know it's like I'm making kind of fitness lifting content now. I'm taking a little break from running and stuff like that. And even when I'm running, I'm out there running without a shirt off, objectively decent physique, you know what I'm saying? It's getting to a point, I've got a lot of gays messaging me, all right? And if you don't know, this is your first time, welcome to Luland. I'm Lou. I'm a straight man. For better or for worse, as far as a romantic partner, I need a woman in my life. Someday. Alright? I don't swing that way, the man way, alright? Sorry to all my gay fans. You're still welcome here. But do not be aggressively DMing me. Do not be sending me illicit content, your nudes, okay? Don't think of me like, oh, that guy you're trying to get. Let me show him my schlong. That'll win him over. It's done it before. Or if you're one of these gays that I've heard gay people say things like, oh, all the straight guys say they're straight until they get a piece of me, and then all of a sudden they're gay. I don't swing that way. I'm sure. All right. Don't be trying to change my my sexuality. All right. You're gonna waste your time, and first you're gonna get blocked. All right. Because I'm not trying to see anybody naked for a long time. All right. I'm just not doing that right now in my life. But anyway. So keep that in mind when you want to comment some crazy, because we might not both be gay, but we're both men, and I know how men are, alright? So if you find yourself feeling away, ready to comment, perhaps out of lust, okay, this is a Christian channel, maybe some kids are watching, so keep that in mind when you go to the comments, okay? If you wouldn't want your mother or father to see what you're commenting, maybe don't comment it on my channel, because I'm your daddy and I want to see that. I want the best for you, son. Anyway, here's what I look like. Hold on. Shout out to all the women watching, my 20 to 40% female audience. Last time I checked, if you're enjoying this, leave a comment, okay? I'm not a vain guy. I'm a very humble guy, all right? I just, this is for science, all right? I'm on turkesterone. I'm lifting. This is what I look like afterwards. This isn't a transformation video, and I'm not just over here, let me show you my body a million times in one video, right? But, I do think it's an important part of the science, and if anyone's new, like I said, might have some new people watching. This is what I look like, okay? This is part of the reason I train the way I train. I enjoy looking like this. I think I look pretty good, okay? And I think everyone should be able to say that. My campaign for this channel and my content, as far as the training and running videos goes, I want everyone to feel like they look good. Okay, and that's not to say you look good so you can stop training, right? You see how I just came back from training and I look good? Yeah, that's been the routine for like the past 5-6 years, basically. Really has been the routine for the past 12 years, but as far as weights, right, that's been going on. This routine's been going on for 5-6 years. I've been training regularly for like the better part of 15 years. Did I have some periods where I took a break, fell off when I was younger, stopped running? Yeah. But I came back, and guess what? That's the only time I've been fat and shitty looking as an adult. Okay? Didn't take a lot of pictures, but if I can find a picture, I'll pop one up. I was fat in college on a Division II running team. Okay, my second year. After the first year, I was like, damn, that was a lot of running I did. More than I ever did in high school. Let me chill out. Let me just smoke magic trees and, I'll go on hikes in the summer. I'll run sometimes in the summer, but maybe, I'll do most of the training plan my coach prescribed so I'm ready for the next season, my second out of only 4 seasons in college, The whole team's counting on me. This is the training I'm supposed to do. Yeah, maybe I'll do most. Maybe I'll skip some runs. I skipped like half of it or maybe 80% of it. And I came back to school looking like shit. Fortunately, my genetics were good, and I guess I was kind of built to run because I still performed pretty well that season. I got the training camp, and I was able to fucking get my shit together. I was still one of the top guys. That's when I started getting fast on the team, letting everybody know it's Lou Runs. All right? Before I ever thought of the Lou Runs channel, I was Lou Runs on the team. Everyone was like, oh, shit, he's one of the fast guys. People started hating on me, but more on that. Like, when people start hating on you in mass, there's a bunch of haters, and you can't feel, why do they hate me, dude? I feel like I'm doing good. That might just mean you're doing really good, better than all them. But anyway, shout out to all my old teammates. A lot of them are really nice too, for the most part. I was kind of a dickhead too, so they kind of hated me because I was a dickhead. But that aside, yeah, I'll catch you next clip in a second for you, in a couple days for me, before my next workout. And yeah, see ya.
All right, folks. So we're about to do the 4th Turk workout. First of all, breakfast check. That's the protein pancake I have going on. Okay, a little granola, Greek yogurt, honey on top, the peanut butter, delicious. And like I said, I'm going to take 2 Turkesterones and drink a coffee and then get this pump. So let's do that real quick. Let me get some water. This coffee's still hot. 1 Turk, 2 Turks. All right, I'll catch you at the gym, or at the latest, I'll catch you after the gym. Okay, so I just got back from the gym. Here's the pump. Okay, I ran there about 2 miles, and I just ran back. Not gonna lie, I kind of bonked. I had those 2 pancakes I showed you before, and a thing of ramen, 2 Turkesterone, and 1 coffee. And I was only able to do 2 sets of everything. Came around to the 3rd set of bench, and I was cooked. I could barely lift it. I've also been sick. Right, I've had a little cold, maybe a slight virus. I don't know. I didn't take my temperature. I don't know if I had a fever, but the past few days I've been congested, coughing. So maybe my defenses are down a little bit. We'll try this again in 2 days. With 1 Turkesterone, and if that goes well, maybe the next time I'll try 2 again. With a coffee both times, shall we? Alright, I think this video is long enough, so if you like, comment, and I'll do an update. I'm going to do an update regardless. It's my job. But I'll give you like a week-by-week, play-by-play this coming week. I plan to not be sick anymore and keep taking the Turkesterone. And I'm still kind of congested, but I think I'm almost done being sick. Look at how I sound like. So, thanks for watching if you've made it this far. If you want to try Turkesterone yourself, go to htltsubs.com, buy the Turk Builder or Turk Builder Platinum, and you can use code LURUNS for 15% off. You're welcome. Yeah, let me know if you got excited in the comments or what you're doing today in the comments. Say something in the comments, please. And thanks. And shop Lou stuff if you want any clothes too. Got a lot of random shoes and stuff like that, usually size 9. You know the deal. And I'll see you in the next video. Love you. Take care. Jesus loves you too. Bye.